That's just a dedication to let and
thank you so much.
Oh yeah.
We are here again. Wow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am, Dr. Blue, Thursday evening, enjoying myself with the music by Bongi and Colin, music in the air. Yeah, the music was in the air, and we are here today. Hope we are going to have a great time. We are definitely going to have a great time. I'm already excited, you know. Today I'm interviewing celebrities and, you know, people who make the money, make the pot, Leonard colleagues, but you'll know about that not long. Before we start with everything, let us lay the foundation as we always do. But today I want to lay it down in a nice way. You know, I want to take advantage of what we have in the house. There's always been a prayer in my heart with all this COVID and whatnot. And I'm going to just take advantage of one of our guests and say, can you please, you know, sing for us? Morena Buluka, just, you know, that line here, our national anthem. I will introduce you after. For now, just sing. That is our prayer. We are praying in this August that God, please, man, you know, no, you just need to now come back and take over. We are tired. So, madam, please, just that, you know, I don't know if your other counterpart is closed. If he was, I would say come through. But can you just open in this prayer in a song? Marena Bulukas Chavasa. I'll keep quiet because my voice is not a singing one. Over to you, Osbongi.
Where Bengred Kuluma.
Also Kuluma. Manje Marena Bulukas Chavasa.
Okay, so only that part, Morena.
Yes.
Okay. Morena Buluka si Chavasa Jesus. Ufedi sedintwali matwenyeho usibuluke sibuluke sichabasa Jesu sichabasa South Africa. pray.
Thank you. Let's close our eyes quickly. Let me just pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you, and Vele Lord, it is our prayer. Boloka Sechaba Sahesu. Mdimalu Kileng, as we are about to start this show, be with us. We pray, Mdimalu Kileng, that you guide us and you lead us throughout this conversation that we'll be having with these phenomenal ladies tonight. And we ask all this knowing and understanding the God that you are giving you glory and honor in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you very much. Yeah, you see, I told you guys today we're starting the show on a different level. Yeah, I think I must start bringing celebrities just to sing opening prayers in J. I think it's beautiful. Anyway, tonight we are talking about appreciating women. And as men, we have been doing it. It has been good. Hey, we are good at appreciating women. But we never really know whether we're doing it right or wrong. So tonight we have called, I don't want to call them horses because I will be in trouble. But tonight we have called women so that we can hear from them. I don't want to say from the horse's mouth. Hey, these women are horses. But we want to hear from women themselves. How is it that they want us men to appreciate them? How is it that we can improve from the little, if it's little, that we are doing? So tonight we are going to have that conversation. I hope that women can comment on Facebook and give more tips, and men can take lessons, take your notebooks, record, whatever the case may be, so that after this, there is no, not appreciating men. I mean women. We must appreciate them better, especially even in this time of, gender-based violence going high I go, like that old lady who says high I go when she wanted high blood to go. So anyway, let me introduce my guest. We have our Tulima Donsela. I think she's better than Tulima Donsela. She's better than Busisiwe Mkhwebane. She's better than Dalimpofu. She's better than Beriru. She's better than, I don't know. Yeah, she's one of the best. Ausbusi Siwe Matojane. But let me put it nicely. Advocate Busisiwe Matojane. Yes. And of course, we've got our very phenomenal hummingbird. Hey, she's my wife's number one. How do I put it? My wife is her fan. Yeah, something like that. But also she's my fan. She's my fan. Yes, she just doesn't know it yet. I'm speaking faith because I'm going to be very famous very soon, and then she's going to be my fan. But for now, I'm still her fan. Singing phenomenal in the gospel industry, Mrs. Bongi Damans, correct. But let me not talk too much and allow them to introduce themselves better, because I can be biased at times. Let's start with the advocate. Advocate, just short, who are you? Where are you from? Why are you the best? Because you are the best.
Thank you, Blue, for the warm welcome. If you do get sued, though, I'm afraid I won't be able to represent you because you are now trauma fight advocate. So if they should hear, I'm sorry, I will not be able to represent you. But thank you for the warm welcome. I'm excited to be here today. Busi is I'm a married woman. I've been married for 14 years. I think I'll mention the things that are relevant. So if I've been married for 14 years, surely I know a thing or two about being appreciated or not being appreciated, which I can share with you. I'm super excited to be here today. I actually didn't even take the normal shower. I took a bath. I put a quarter cup of jik a teaspoon of domestos, J's fluid. I'm like it was really perfume just for this show. I'm hoping I can be able to share with the men what it is that I or other women for that fact how we would like to be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Don't worry, if you are not the best, I'll make you the best. I make things happen. Don't worry, I make the pots.
I highly appreciate.
Matam Bongi. I want to remove Facebook. So Colin must not just own you alone. Warena Kamoka. Introduce yourself, please, our wife.
Yeah. So yeah, good evening, everyone, and happy Women's Month. Hashtag Imbogodo and hashtag Womanza. It's exciting to be here tonight in this Women's Month to talk to men. How humbling is that? My name is Bongi Damans, originally from Mpumalanga, first born in my family. I'm an artist. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. Yeah, I'm a singer. I was born in Mpumalanga. I'm in the music industry. And yeah, now I've been married for Leo Minyak. Okay. Oh, 14. Oh, 14. So, ngiyacabanga ukuthi kuloko engikufundile and also talking to other women kukhona esingakushare tonight with other women and sisizana. Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you. One Sutu lady, one lady from Lesotho, are watandi abafazi watandi mbogoto. So we are no longer saying watinta abafazi watinti mbogoto. Sesiyatanda, uyabona, sithanda abafazi nje, sithanda imbogoto. So yeah, without any waste of time, let's get to it. Let's get to it, because I know time flies when we're enjoying. What do women want in relationship? I think maybe let's start today. What do women want in relationships? You can come in anytime, any of you. Yeah.
Okay. I think, like I said, Uguti, from my experience, and speaking to other women, what I did is I shared this with some of my friends, but then there was a specific one, you know, what we will be talking about, because I also wanted not only me, but just to get a view of women. You know, it was very funny when I only got her response only today, this afternoon. I had already done my work, Mina, before, like few days before. So when I looked at her answers and I looked at mine and compared, I was laughing. We almost have similar response. We have similar response. So more or less, this is where as women, you know, looking at in terms of what do women want in a relationship. So Mina, on my side, what we want more is a commitment, respect, communication, honesty, and faithfulness. Uktembega, you know, it's very important ukuthi ingabukeka mhlawumbe ngathi nje into ejwayelekile, but it's amazing when there's faithfulness in a relationship, what it does to a woman. You know, it helps you to give more of yourself and share more of yourself and create an environment yomshado or healthy because of that. So I looked at mine and I compared to what the friend also said. She's a married woman as well now. She's been married more than me. Yeah, now she also mentioned commitment. She mentioned commitment to build a life together, which includes a whole lot of things required growth, learning, and unlearning. Because we grew up in a certain in a community where umuntu wesifazane, it's like we were not really listened to whenever considered what is it kakhulu that we want. So now we are unlearning certain things and learning ukuthi abantu besifazane, they do also, you know, want to be appreciated. So ukuthi she's talking about unlearning and learning. to be loved in a way I want to be, not from what you think of. So that takes then that communication that we spoke about, communication, commitment, honesty, faithfulness. Yeah, like be open to me, ube an open book. I think more or less that's what I can sum it up to.
All right. Our Leonard colleague, I'm not sure if I'm Leonard, but yeah, you are the Leonard colleague.
Yeah, it's true. Sisbongi has consulted. Now, I thought, let me do the same. Let me not just speak for myself. Let me try and represent as Imbogoto and dear Bonabatin. And really, listen, does mention are the things that were mentioned. But the one thing I mentioned, the rest of them, commitment. You want someone to be honest. You want someone to be able to communicate to funani. And if it's in a setup yomshado, you really need someone that takes your vows as seriously as they do. And you need to both pull your weight, because sometimes you find there's clashes or in the same way. But if one is pulling the weight and the other is not pulling your weight, that in a way is almost saying, I don't appreciate you and I'm not going to pull the weight to make this thing work. So the one big thing that I picked up, one of the people I asked was presence. Can the person be present? Let alone the other things that you want to be done physically or even materially. But presence is the one thing, because you can't be doing these things and ungabonisi ubukhona bakho, because you want something as small as a hug and a kiss is something you can't do via Zoom. So the presence is a big thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, near daughter. You must be there. You must be. You must communicate. And I think tonight that's what we are doing. Though we are doing it in an open platform, communicating, because we are not saying we are perfect. We are not saying we are doing good. We are not saying we are not doing it, but we are saying teach us, help us to better ourselves in appreciating you. But maybe let's get deeper and say, what are your understandings, or what is your understanding of appreciation? Because if I buy you flowers, I feel like I'm appreciating you, while you actually want chocolate and whatnot. But what is it that you understand as women when you talk about appreciation? Because now you are saying it's not just about touchy, it's just about being present. I can be a millionaire, give you money, and you still don't feel the love because I'm not present. So what is your understanding of appreciation, ladies?
Appreciation, I would say it's obviously we learn as we go in a relationship, and we also change. What I appreciated when we were first dating may not necessarily be what I appreciate now. But in order for you to know what it is that I appreciate, it's a constant engagement, and not making assumptions. She will like this, or I saw, or I heard my friend saying he's done this for his wife. Now I'm gonna go and do the same, because ultimately we are all unique and we are not into the same thing. Although there are similarities here and there, but umuntu will have their own uniqueness and their own things that they particularly want. I, for one, presence is big for me, and considering the circumstances esiguzo in our family setup, something as small as being able to pick up the phone and ask Guti, what can I do for you to make it easier? Are you able to fetch the kids today? Should I fetch the kids, or would you prefer to fetch them? That is showing Guti you appreciate Guti in a situation where sometimes work pressures get to me and I'm unable to do some things, and I may really forced to do something I can't do because I'm considering you. But if you can step in and think for yourself, good time, and I know sometimes it's a battle. She ends up getting caught in traffic. Let's ask if I am able to, let me ask, try to make the load lighter for her. I think in a marriage setup, it's more showing appreciation by working together towards raising this family, even though it's not necessarily appreciation to me in person, but towards this household that we are building together.
Okay. And Tatima Tojani, I hope you are hearing. Call, just a phone call, eh? Don't. Yeah. Says Bongi.
Ngasho nami to add on what Sisibusi said, Uguti, for me, that's very important, like to appreciate logo that we do as women for our families. You know, Uguti, we appreciate it, Uguti, we see what you do for us as a family. To be told once in a while, to be told, Uguti, we see you do this and that, and you stretch yourself for the family. We appreciate it. Like Sisibusi is saying, we're raising kids, we're doing that. You know, for me, I think I'm going to get to that later, which is love languages, to understand that. But one of my love language is preparing meals. I love preparing meals for my family, you know, cooking for them and hearing my husband.
No, don't worry. We can see with Colin.
Right.
It's evident that he eats well.
Yeah, no. So, you know, hearing him every time when you give him a meal once in a while, saying that, and he would ask, when are you doing this, whatever, we love it, we appreciate it, and seeing the kids, Bona, it's fulfilling. It's like, and another point in I raise as well is being supportive husband towards my dreams, my purpose. I'm a pupo army. You understand? Nami, yes, I'm the wife and like I am mama. Got down pupo army as a person. So it's very important for a husband to realize la oma pupo army and be there for me to support me. And you being my cheerleader as my husband, it's bona imkoga. Not that Ezabanya is important, but it means a lot to me as my husband being my cheerleader and supporting and being there for me. And so Ulebo also spoke about action speaks louder than nje. Neskati, Sisbus at some point spoke about iskati, and learn as well from me how to appreciate me. So yeah, those are the few points I would raise. Uguti, yeah, like notice my strong points. Notice isn't thing is fisayo. Umankuluma, you do listen to me, and then you support me, Bulaoma Pupo, you know, and my purpose, as my husband, because it doesn't end but there's more that I can do as a woman, and as a passenger, as a woman, there's more to it.
All right. I see my Facebook is booming, and all they are saying is that Bongi is our wife. So, Colin, wherever you are, please, you know, hand over nicely to you know, hand her over. Yeah, let's ask these ladies questions, my fellow viewers out there. You're talking about those appreciations. You're talking about those small things that matters. What happens when what you expected does not come, you know, doesn't happen? I mean, it happens, as you were saying, you cook, and maybe the whole week you cook different meals from Makoti's cookbook or from CS cookbook or whoever's cookbook. Hey, there are too many cookbooks. And every time, you know, Ubab Matojani or Colin just says, hey, yeah, I'll carry this way late today, man. Hey, I'll carry be too crispy. You know, what happens when these appreciations that you expect, because obviously you have those expectations and you do not get them the way, because the problem with us men is that what we think is good most of the time, especially when it comes to appreciating women, it's just women, you know, accommodating us and, you know, compromising, say, hi, we are up. But what happens when you really don't get that appreciation that you were expecting?
Expectations, yeah. I think Dr. Blue, when we mentioned what we want in a relationship, communication was one of the things we highlighted. So Sisbusi can agree. The communication, that's what we want. So anything that we normally face is uncommunicated expectations sometimes.
Okay.
Uncommunicated expectations. And if now then that your expectations as in Zarali, that's why they always stress Naguma maybe canceling the issue of communication. But another crucial thing is, how do you communicate? It's very important. How do you communicate? Yeah, but because as well, timing is everything. Timing as well, so is everything. How do you communicate? Because I've told him. I want to tell him based on my mind, whatever. And then there's a communication. I want to communicate in a way. This person in a way. I'm raising it for a point. I'm trying to fix things and things to be right and my expectations to be met. I would love to see this. I would love to understand. So it's important as well then to communicate my expectations. The timing is very important, and how I communicate is very important. At the same time, when you are not happy about certain things, Nakona, it's very important how you raise those things that you're not happy with. And one of the things we always most like to talk about with my husband, Maskuluma, and also when we share a few things on interviews and marriage seminars, is tone. Tone is everything. Tone is everything. So anything that I'm talking about timing is that you need to check with, okay, I am not okay. If I were to communicate now, things are going to get out of hand. And by now, probably we know each other as partners. I can say, no, but I can feel you are angry. So check timing when everything is fine. That time your communicator, raise those things with love, with respect as well. Respect is very important to respect. That's one of the things I raised in the beginning. Which what you want in a relationship is respect. You understand? So that's why I'm saying you can read when someone is coming to you with respect, or they are coming to you with, I'm going to give you a peace of mind, or today is today, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, but what is it? So timing is very important. Raise, communicate those things. If you see they are not being met, communicate, ukulume, because you will end up going into this cocoon where you're closing yourself. This is, and if eventually this thing is going to explode, So it's very important to communicate. How you communicate, very important as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me. I know I'm a chilled person, but let me throw a bomb. Let me throw just a small missile to both of you. When Mr. Matojane, came and said, Busi, si pala saka sele. I don't know how Zulus do it and all that. How did he win you over? Because I think if we start there, we can be able to assess the issue of appreciating what this particular man is bringing on the table in terms of appreciation. What is it that won you over when your husband, approached you and you eventually said, okay, I see where you're going, brother. I see.
Oh, Blue, you're taking me back.
Yes.
It wasn't even that easy. It wasn't one of those love at first sight.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's how the conversation flowed, hey. But for him to get to a point where I even gave him that chance to sit and talk, I think he had tried maybe 4 or 5 times to get to go out on a date with me. But eventually, when we did sit down, it was the fact that conversation just flowed. It's like I had known him for a long time, and I think the fact that we had almost similar situations before meeting each other, we could relate, and we had both experienced the same hurt, so we were careful not to step on each other's toes, and we knew we were sensitive to similar things. In terms of appreciation, I don't even think it's anything he did physically to show appreciation, but it's how we engaged that got me really hooked into him. So unfortunately, I don't have the answer you want in terms of, he said.
No, that is the answer. Don't worry. That is the answer I want. The fact that you appreciated his communication skills in all different levels. That said, okay, let me continue engaging with this guy. That is what that is good. Msadi Warena.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like usibuse say, hey, usibusele move, like say it.
Yeah.
Skip on my files. So for me now, because we're in the same industry, I think it was how this guy went out of his way all the time to get my attention. You would do anything.
Keep
like
on my
it was
files.
so,
Keep on my files.
So,
yeah.
It was so visible. Like everybody can see it. Like he went out of his way to get my attention. And I think the way in the industry that we are in, the way he carried himself as a man, I saw certain qualities. I liked how he carried himself, how he does things, because I'm a very observant person. I'm very observant. So that's what I that really wangtata wangheha ukuthi okay, I think we have something.
Yeah, ukushewa ngithathala. No. Hey, Ntate Colin Raleboa out there, for ukuziphatha kahle. Yeah,
I know.
I think I must come to you wherever you are for communication skills. I honestly don't think it's easy to communicate with people of the law. And I'm gonna come to that, where we have to deal with the issue of profession. Here's a question from Ntate Lazarus Petla. How important is a man's self-confidence for women? How do you deal with that issue of man showing his self-confidence and not looking, having that low self-esteem? How is it important for you, ladies?
It's very important.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Sis Bus.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's very important, especially if career-wise, one is mixing with a lot of high-profile people. If the man doesn't have confidence, I don't think it will end up well, because he will be threatened, and it will probably stand in the way of you carrying on your business as you would, even with regards to working late and being in meetings and even receiving phone calls and texts from people who he may feel threatened. So I think it's very important for a man to be confident, not just confident in himself, but confident in knowing that you are his and no one will sway you another direction. It's very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I agree with Sis Bus on that one. Uguti, it gives this a good and amazing feeling to be around a man who's very confident, uba proud of him. Uguti, like Sis Bus is saying, Uguti, he's with you, he's doing this life with you, walking tall, he's the leader in the family, he's the father in the family. So it feels good to us as women. It's amazing. It gives me, I don't think any umuntu wesifazane osengqondweni kahle would want to be around with a man who's like always his head is low and is feeling confident. It's not nice. So having surrounded by a man ozaziyo and that confidence, shoo, it's amazing. It feels like we can do anything. We are a team. I've got my Superman. I've got my leader. So yeah.
Okay, all right. That's good. Look. I I feel good now that you ladies like self-confident men with self-confidence, because naming na self-confident. Yeah, bona. So I think you are representing all the women. So women out there, you can see I've got self-confidence. Yeah, I've got it all. But let's talk about something interesting. Physical, I want to call it physical appreciation, but really I'm talking about intimacy. When, men appreciate that, that feeling of presence. If I should, you spoke of presence, especially in the bedroom when you are intimate, and I've read somewhere women are able to fake their presence during intimacy because they just want to please the man and get out. How do you ladies deal with that? To make your man to not feel like, he's in it alone. He's, you are just there because, okay, how do you deal with that? I know we're getting deeper, and I hope the kids are sleeping wherever they are, but we need to understand how do we, how do we make sure that as men, we feel like we are not alone, in that service, bedroom.
So it's funny, once again, we're going back to communication. It's in Konzo, yase Holy of Holies, guys. As much as kubangati abantu, they're thinking, no, we're just going there and do it. But it's important to communicate ngayo as well, how I feel about it, how he feels about it. Uguti, if he's not happy or he is feeling uguti ngati one, he needs to let me know. And another thing, like importance of communicating as well, also about intimacy in the bedroom. Communication is very important because we change as people, especially as women, after, sometimes before having kids and after having kids. Sometimes no dynamics with age, health issues. So although I didn't communicate that, maybe I'm not okay with certain things or I'm right with certain things. So therefore, when we go into that, say this, but I haven't communicated it to my partner. He's going to feel it, but he wouldn't know exactly what's the problem. But if I haven't communicated, uzo feel. So when he tells me, Guti, this is feel like I'm pulling alone, this is not happening, then I'm able to communicate and maybe just look at myself. What is it? What's been happening from Ekaleni, how we were intimate to where we are now? There's certain changes. Then I'm able to communicate with, what, for some reason, health-wise, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm feeling. These are the changes, that are happening to my body. And things that used to tickle me or please me, 5 years down the line, it's like, it's not working anymore. Can we try this? Can we, let's do this, let's try other areas, whatever it is. So communication still in that, it's very important through that Leon Gonzo Cameron to say, this, I'm happy with this, I'm happy with this, this is what I want, this is what he expects, all those things. Like detail, talk about it. Talk about it is very important because it can affect the whole Yonkeland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It does boil down to communication because if you will pull alone. So it's communication once again. And allowing yourself to be naked, not naked as nakedly, but to be emotionally naked, where you can be able to tell me everything and anything. Mind, be free. I can tell her anything. There was this question. It's not one-sided. It could also be It's
Right.
the woman that's trying to push in daughter is not able to say, because he's not allowing himself to be naked and say, "Ay, gunje, gunje, gunje." And then let's find a solution, sort whatever problem we may be experiencing in the bedroom. So communication, once again, is a winner.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nizwile madoda. Be naked, please. But yeah, let's pass there. You see me and my self-confidence, it comes over. But let's then talk. Here's the thing. And I'm happy we spoke about this, because then here's the thing. There's this element where you feel that as a woman, you seem to be doing more appreciation than the man is doing. Or rather, maybe if the man feels like, nothing appreciation, the only thing I get from women, from my wife, is, you're not doing this, hey, all those complaints. How do you deal with that? If I know it won't be an everyday thing, but there are times where you probably would feel like you are doing more appreciation than the men. And yes, I know you're going to say it boils down to communication, but I want you to go deeper into how do you communicate that to say, Mara baby, ukare, your standard has dropped a bit.
Standard in terms of before Arab?
No, standard in terms of where you feel like you have been doing more appreciation than him. Or maybe let me put it this way. How do you deal with the issue of comparison in terms of appreciation to avoid looking like you are having, there's too many comparison where you say, but baby, I appreciated you 3 times and you only appreciated me once. How do you deal with something like that?
Silence is golden.
Yeah, no. We are last blue.
It must not be golden.
Angazi-ke blue, kodwa also leyo oyishoyo ukuthi I was talking to a friend earlier on today. Sikhuluma about Velumshado, because she's married as well. Ukuthi certain things, it feels like you are one-sided. Wena who's always pushing things, you appreciate her,
yes.
And I think it also we say listening, to be listened to, uklalelwa, because ukulalela to me is uma ngikhulume about a certain thing, mayingapheleli ekuthinini uyalalela, but I want to see actions. Your actions saying you were listening to me. Yeah, but because khona ukuthi uzothi ukhuluma kumuntu, you were saying, you're raising a certain point, umuntu will be there looking at you like, okay, say this and get over it, like whatever it is. So because you can talk about one thing over and over again, but uma ngibona action about a certain area, also it goes back to what I said earlier on, how I say it as well. Because khona lo kunye vele kuzosanda ngathi complain, siya compete. Yabona, ngathi siya compete ukuthi mina ngithenge lo kunini, wena uthengela ama flowers kayi-1, wena ngithengela. You understand? So anything I advise ukuthi pay attention to when your partner speaks. Ukuthi, I love this. Hasn't this so in there, there's a lot that you can get, from in this job. But once again, Blue, then communication.
No, communication.
How you say it ingamlimaza umuntu more than when uyalungisa. You are trying to fix, but how you say it can ingahlala kabuhlungu, then you won't see the change that you want. Yabona, umuntu find a nice way of talking about it. Mashleka sixoxe and like, you know what, baby, but sometimes I feel ngathi mina ngiyadontsaya yabona relationship. I was always say I love you. I was always say you're looking good. I'd love to hear that from you. You are my husband. I mean, you are my world. If I have to spat, it's not to move your world. But it would mean a lot from hearing from you. Uthi wenza so. From that, I think then uma ubeke kahle izohlala kuye, it will find a place, and then uzoqala ukwenza. You'll be shocked eventually after some time. He will even do more manje, the things that you like, because he's aware of a certain thing that he's paying more attention now.
Oh, okay. How as an advocate, you can be golden. You can be golden. You know, you need to give me a Leonard mind here.
It's becoming golden because it goes back to where you are saying we mustn't go. Maybe you're not going back where maybe it's to the elements of the communication, the elements, the timing. I must wait for the perfect timing, or I introduce it as a topic. Baby, I'm feeling like this and this. We but be soft about it, and also choosing the timing. I can do the timing because you can have the perfect message in the right tone. But the timing, my better is or better, and you will lose lendoza muyenza. So yeah, the silence is becoming golden because it looks like your kind it goes down to communication. Unfortunately, Dr. Blue, we respect you as our host, but
you know, I'm happy that you are saying it boils down to communication. But let me ask you a simple question, and you will elaborate if you need to. Women loves money, and they love money in such a way that it has now come, or it now looks like where there's no money, love is limited. And I just want to hear your view on that, because there seems to be an element of good communication when there's money. You know, when money is there and everything is okay, you are able to say, Mara baby, you know, I don't feel like you're doing, you know, enough, and you know, all those kind of. But when you are thinking of that debt, and you are thinking of, you know, that grocery that needs to be bought, and there seems to be no movement and all those things. Over difficult to communicate. What is your view on that?
My view is that, oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
Yeah, because one of the things we're talking about this afternoon, and Kuluma generally, not because of this, what we're having now, but Kuluma generally. We were talking about ukuthi enye into abantu besilisa that they need to understand. Imali leyo iqiniso sayithanda. Sayithanda ngomoya omuhle wesonto. Sithanda kahle, but mayingasibusi. So we're talking with a friend ukuthi abantu besilisa that they need to understand, when I need your time, when I need to now and then hear you say I love you, when I need to hear once in a while to say umuhle, or I bought you flowers, or can we just go away, see tunje? You don't have to spend millions, but to just go and eat ice cream now. You understand? Those things is ngane. So I was sharing with what Umfundisi Wethu took us through, no calling for premarital counseling. One of the examples I highlight is about this woman who now they were married bona, but they were going through the counseling emshadweni. So this guy is like, the family is here, Umfundisi is here. He's saying, Umfundisi, I don't understand ukuthi ufunani. Ifridge igcwele ukudla, ngimthengela iMercedes, indlu ngimakhela indlu, ine furniture, ine everything. Do you know what was the lady's response? Akayithathi imoto, akayithathi indlu, anginandaba ne-fridge, ngifuna yena. Because at the end of the day, as much as yes, we would love to have money and have all the good things we want as women, yini into enihlanganisile in the first place? What was your vision about your relationship, about umshado wenu? Because at the end of the day, it's about the two of you, two people who are building a life together. You are parents. Umshado ngubona kanjani, nifuna ukwakha a successful, nifuna umshado wonke umuntu ufuna umshado wakhe uphumelele. You understand? Imali and other things, I take it as a bonus emshadweni. I take it as a bonus. But more than anything, I believe God has given us and trusted us with these marriages. Ukuthi siyakhe ngendlela kaNkulunkulu. Yeah.
All right. Wait. Don't before you come in, says Busi. I want you to attach, or rather to combine with this one, because I want us. We are headed to wrapping up now.
Okay.
Profession. Here is profession. It seems allegedly that the more successful you are in your profession, or the better you are in your profession, in comparison to me as a man, it might lower my self-esteem and might reduce my, my appreciation towards you. How then, what is it that I should do, to still be able to appreciate you? And I'm glad Uses Bongi spoke about even going to buy ice cream, R2.50 together. What would be your advice to men, especially when it comes to that issue of profession? Because reality is that women are now rising up. They're taking higher positions and all those things. And women, when we are left down there, our ego, I don't know where we find it from, we start to even, hold back in a whole lot of things. How do you advise men to continue doing that appreciation without failure? And how do you advise women to not be, bombarded with, I'm now successful, angisafuni ice cream, manje ngifuni Gucci bag or whatever material things?
Number one, which is key, I think, know your person. For instance, now you've made a statement, yokuthi abafazi sithanda imali. I think imali makes things happen in the household. Sometimes you find we only have enough to do the things that we need to do. Akunamali yokunikana extra. But as long as you're responsible, when what you need to do, I do what I need to do. It does not mean because we find ourselves in a situation and akunamali extra yokunikana, then it means our marriage will go south. So the biggest thing is to know your person. I may not be that type of woman or konze imali kakhulu, but now you have a generalization and you are assuming all women like money, and you will miss the point. Maybe I for one, I can speak for myself, I love massages. Maungang massager, you've ready. Whether it's neither here nor there. So in terms of answering how do I do this? Abafazi bathanda imali. Just inquire from owakhonkoskazi and figure out ukuthi yini ayithandayo. And I'm sure if a person is yours, imali ayikho, I'm sure there's lots of other things. Sometimes that money is still coming. And there's things you can do in the meantime. Imali ngeke izenze ukuthi kustake umshado umensi. And then when it comes to career, other question was profession-wise, if the other one is progressing and the other one maybe is still finding themselves. Is that what you asked?
Yes.
I can respond that from the perspective of the one that is progressing. How do we make our men comfortable as we progress? I think as you progress, you are obviously progressing, and unfortunately you may find a situation where only the woman is progressing and the husband is not. But if you are progressing together, good shot, for you to maintain those good relations, I think it's a matter of understanding, with separating, because you progressing out there, I don't know if it really has much of a bearing in the household. I really don't think the career has got anything to do, besides the fact that maybe the career will bring in more cash, but that doesn't change things in terms of how you run your household. There will be more money coming from one side, but it shouldn't change anything in terms of how you communicate and how the relationship goes. So it's a matter of continuing as normal, with just the cognizance that there's more money coming in, which in any event will benefit both of you. It's not like when the money is coming, the bacon is coming through the one party, it doesn't really change much. And I'm assuming you're talking about now about our appreciation, which is the more you rise now. Maybe I appreciated a Kit Kat before, now I don't want a Kit Kat, now I want something that is of a higher value. I don't even think you should look at it that way, because I think the more you are able to do more for yourself, I think you would want the simpler things, because now the financial needs are taken care of. I don't think it necessarily means which now this man that is not progressing as much will now have pressure to please you financially. I think it would mean he would need to pull up his socks in the other areas, because now the finances are sorted. In fact, they are sorted for both of us, because this money is for this household. It's not my money, it's our money at the end of the day.
Where's he? Ngiyazisola, I should have gotten slave queens. You know, slave queens ngiwo laba bezositshela ukuthi hey sifuna imali. But you know, I really appreciate the fact that we do have women who, you know, of your caliber, who says it should not be about money. Appreciation should be appreciation, something from the heart and all. Let me read comments quickly and then give you ladies you know, just that 1 minute for closing, because my people are gonna kill me if I don't acknowledge them. Mama watinta imbogoto, I'm listening with an open heart. That is a man. Siyabonga. And then one says one can't lead with self-doubt. I think that's when we were talking about self-confidence. And then Umamruti Mokhotsi says, the Bible says they were both naked and not ashamed. I think that is important as we spoke about it. Some things go back to how we were raised, socialized. Maybe the partner is not used to being appropriated or appreciating for that matter. It's one of those things they will need to work on, and intentionally so. Yeah, there's quite a lot. One says it's not all women who love money. Sometimes it takes understanding of your partner. And I think that's what Uses Busi was saying, to say, example, appreciation falls under words of affirmation. Just to say, baby, baby, nyatanda, you know, those kind of things. And I think that's what you ladies are saying. But maybe, you know, it will tell you that, hey, money is everything. Money is everything. You know? Yeah. Brazilians are not going to buy themselves. You know, and unfortunately, that's what we men have been made to believe. You know, we think that material things are what makes you ladies feel appreciated. But anyway, my time is up before my producer comes in with a shambok. Let me give you ladies a minute each for closing remarks. Advice to men, advice to women as well, since we are appreciating women. What do you say to women when it comes to this issue of appreciating or being appreciated?
Okay, I would say to women, listen, when that man akwenzela all those things, let's also appreciate them. Make sure that you make him know how much you appreciate him, having him as a leader in your family, as uNkulunkulu ambekile in your life. Appreciate him as well, all that they do. Let's appreciate these men. And what I would like to say to men as well is that kakhulu into that we need is to be listened to. Listen to me when I speak. There's something I told her these days. I'm thinking a lot about it. Who has the loudest volume or the loudest volume in your marriage? Who do you listen to as a man? Do you listen to your friends? Do you listen to your family? Do you listen to your colleagues more than my voice as your partner, la endlini? So it's important to listen to pay attention. Listen, Gakul. Who has the loudest voice? Check who do you listen to kakhulu? Is it your partner, who you are building the marriage with, or amanyama voices which are coming from outside? So let's pay attention.
Thank you. Advocate.
Thank closing, I'd like to encourage all men to understand umuntu wakho and probe and ask and ungapheli inhliziyo, so that you understand who they are and how they want to be appreciated, and don't assume ukuthi I know what she wants now in August 2020. As time goes, we change, we transform. Make it make it a habit to always want to know, are you still happy with this? Is there any way you would like me to change? Are you make it your business to know you are on point every time and not that start 2 years back. And once again, that thing you would be naked in front of me, be able to express even your inner concerns, all these things that people are logging on now to listen to. Some of them know now I've got this issue, but you want to come and listen to Dr. Blue and Abubusi, but in the meantime, Ubusi and your wife are completely different. And this thing of comparison, I always say comparison is the most dangerous thing. We don't do it blindly because even with the children, because if you start comparing me, no mamus banban oyenza ini nami I can give a long list. I can start comparing you Patrice Motipe and whoever else there is. So don't compare, like make it work la endlini, understand umuntu wako the way he wants to be understood. And it's a two-way thing. Let's both pull weight, because it doesn't help omunye uya donselele omunye donselele, because if we want the thing to work, we both need to put in to do our part. So understand your people, your person, try and understand them constantly, because we change. And if you've got concerns, raise them. And once again, we did say the raising of issues is done at the appropriate time, courtesy right, with the right tone and everything.
Okay, ladies. Hey, I've had enough. I mean, I wanted to argue. And yazi nina ni right ni perfect no man yazi if bengu so means bengithi ngiyangibora, but it's all right because I'm not I'm impressed, I'm happy, and I'm hoping that all men were listening. I'm hoping that women were listening. I think what we need to take out of this is that do not compare your wife to another. Ask her how she wants to be appreciated. Ladies, thank you very much for joining us. I know the time was short, and I know that I didn't want you to talk about communication, but yes, communication is very key for everything. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to get out of here before I am, before my job is taken away from me. I still love this job. Tomorrow, 14 August, Bongi and Colin's new and latest album is coming out on all digital platforms. Please, please support her. You see, support her, please. The more she has money, the more she becomes my fan. So please support. And I just want to say to all men, not all men, but everyone within the IAG, we still having the district prayer that is happening every day from 7 p.m. To 7:30. And tomorrow we're having a youth dialogue as well. Join us with the youth there and get to give your input. And you can see me there on the group. I'm the controversial one. Come and be part of. And we also have a leadership seminar that is happening, a live stream that will be on Friday from 3 to 4:30, which is tomorrow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and to my beautiful guest, thank you very much for joining us. Let's get out of here. Let's go and appreciate our spouses. Those who do not have, continue appreciating yourself and continue praying for us so that we can continue to pray to appreciate each other who are married. Let us go and appreciate our people. I am Dr. Blue, and this is kgorong. Thank you very much for joining us. Same time, same place next week. We are together. We continue appreciating women.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. You see, I told you you are my fan. I told you you are my fan. Thank you, Osbusi. Thank you, Mrs. Bongi. And thank you to your family for allowing you to give us this opportunity and this small time to share with us your thoughts. Good night and God bless.
Amen.
There's only you in the only thing that's right.